the United Nations, India launched a fierce attack on Pakistan, calling it a failed state that survives on international handouts. The scathing response came as New Delhi exposed Islamabad's repeated and baseless lies peddled on the Indian Union territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Exercising its right to reply in response to Pakistan's erroneous comments, India said that the region now stands as a testament of peace, progress, and all-round development. The Indian diplomat added that Pakistan's so-called leaders continue to dutifully spread falsehoods handed down by its military terrorist complex. New Delhi's representative added that Islamabad was abusing international diplomacy and multilateral forums as a mere tool to further its terror-laden agenda directed against India. The Indian representative showed Pakistan a mirror on human rights and said, given its own shameful record of minority persecution, Pakistan has no standing to lecture others on human rights.
India is exercising its right of reply in response to the baseless and malicious references made by Pakistan. It is regrettable, yet unsurprising, to see Pakistan's so-called leaders and delegates continuing to dutifully spread falsehoods handed down by its military terrorist complex. Pakistan is even making a mockery of the OIC by abusing it as its mouthpiece, which is fooling nobody. We do not wish to dignify such propaganda, but are constrained to make a few simple points for the record. First, the Union territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh were, are, and will always remain an integral and inalienable part of India. Second, the unprecedented political, social, and economic progress in Jammu and Kashmir in the past few years speaks for itself. These successes are a testament to the people's trust in the government's commitment to bring normalcy to a region scarred by decades of Pakistan-sponsored cross-border terrorism. Third, as a country where human rights abuses, persecution of minorities, and systematic erosion of democratic values constitute state policies, and which brazenly harbors UN-sanctioned terrorists, Pakistan is in no position to lecture anyone.
The Indian representative suggested that Pakistan could do well for its people if, instead of exporting terror, it learns from New Delhi's focus on democracy and progress for its own people.
Instead of its unhealthy obsession with India, Pakistan should focus on providing actual governance and justice to its own people. Mr. President, it is unfortunate that this Council's time continues to be wasted by a failed state, which thrives on instability and survives on international handouts. Its rhetoric reeks of hypocrisy, its actions of inhumanity, and its governance of incompetence. India remains focused on democracy, progress, and ensuring dignity for its people, values that Pakistan would do well to learn from.
Pakistan's diplomatic wrecking by India is only the latest in a series of similar embarrassments delivered by New Delhi to its terror-exporting neighbor. Last week, India's permanent representative to the United Nations called out Pakistan's claims of fighting terror in South Asia. India said that it's supremely ironic that global epicenter of terrorism claims to be at the forefront of fighting against it.
Pakistan is a global epicenter of terrorism, harboring more than 20 UN-listed terrorist entities and providing state support to cross-border terrorism. Hence, it is a supreme irony when Pakistan pats itself on the back as being at the forefront of the fight against terrorism. India has been a victim of the acts of terror perpetrated by this country through terror groups such as Jaish-e-Mohammed and Harkatul Mujahideen, among dozens of others.
The continued diplomatic drubbing handed out by India to Pakistan, especially on cross-border terrorism, has exposed Islamabad's double standards on fighting terror. New Delhi's message is loud and clear. With India's combative diplomacy taking center stage at the UN, Islamabad can no longer dodge the questions of terror by playing victim and sponsoring terrorism at the same time.
Merci beaucoup. Hi. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat ke logon ko meri namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically, in a month, we have viewers up to 150 million. That's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years, we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs. And that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.